Hey you guys, welcome to the channel. I know a lot of you guys have heard about what's been going on. So I'm here to tell you guys the real truth, what's going on. I'll also be letting you guys know what I said and what I did, and you guys can form an opinion based off of what I'm about to say on this video. You guys, I'll just basically start with prior to the weekend. Um, I've done this for a lot of ministries, but Bobby was coming to Pittsburgh on Friday just passed, and I took it upon myself to give him another opportunity to, fellowship with other mimes and come to another city that happens to be in the same state. So I said, bro, you want to dance at this event in Philly on the next day after the Pittsburgh event? He was like, yeah. So I set it up, called my sister, and of course she said yes because she pretty much does anything for me, anything I want. She pretty much makes sure that it's done and I have it, especially when it comes to ministry, because me and her had a type of relationship. So got him on the program. That Friday at the Pittsburgh event, his daughter, who I'm very, very fond of, which why it bothers me why he said I disrespected his daughter. But anywho, his daughter, I took it upon myself to get her on the program because she was in town with him, and she dances as well. So I wanted to get her on the program and spotlight her. So I called my sister again, and she said I can squeeze her on. I asked her for another favor. She said she can squeeze Savannah on. So that was a done deal. So they left Pittsburgh that night and they drove to Philly ahead of time. I stayed in Pittsburgh with Alan and Cornell and the rest of Blessing Chosen. And we had some car trouble that night, which was crazy, but ended up hanging with them in Wesley. So Saturday comes, I had to catch the train back to Philadelphia. I get to the church. I had a great conversation with my bro Kendall downstairs. Got upstairs. He wasn't there prior, but before I went downstairs to talk to Kendall. But by the time I came back upstairs, he was there in the room getting changed. Me and him talked for a little while. We were all getting together to go get ourselves together to go outside and minister. Actually, we prayed first in the hallway, prayed and stuff like that, and prayed for the service. So service starts. Service is going well. Every ministry that came did a very, very good job. And on behalf of myself and True United, we thank you guys again for coming out. But yeah, so I dance, minister, and then I take off my shirt and change a little bit. Left my paint on because I thought we were going to be taking some pictures, but that ended up not happening because everybody was probably too tired. So I ministered, and then I think it was the middle of the program. I'm actually standing in the front, and I actually hear commotion, hear yelling in the sanctuary. And if you don't believe this story, like I said, there were eyewitnesses there. Everybody seen it because at that point of time, the person, whoever, I don't remember who was up ministering, but whoever was up ministering, their music wasn't that loud. So he's yelling, and that whole side of the church is hearing him, and then some people in the middle of the church heard him. And you can just tell that something was going on. So he's yelling in the sanctuary, and I'm real big on church etiquette. I don't believe in acting a fool. I don't believe in acting a fool in church. So just to stop what I'm saying right now, guys, this is how the whole thing started. You guys didn't know that, but this is how it started. It's sad that this is the thing that it started from, but there's no other way that this started other than this. So he was upset that Savannah was pushed down on the program. And keep in mind, like I said prior, Savannah was added last minute, so she had to be squeezed in somewhere. So the program was already made, and if she squeezed in there, we have to find a spot for her. Not we, because I wasn't the MC and I wasn't coordinating the event. I just helped here and there. But she had to be squeezed in somewhere. Even though you're from out of town, your daughter was added last minute. You were last because prior to the event, you were asked, I don't know how many times by my sister to send her a song, and you sent her 4 songs, and you were indecisive on what song you were going to do. Prior to the event, my sister was going to take you off of the event because of your indecisiveness. And I'm the one that told her not to take you off the program. I'm the one that stuck my neck out for you. So the fact that you're acting like this kind of baffles me. But my sister was going to take you off the program, and I told her not to. I told her that I'll get you to lock down a song. And when you got there, you actually did your laptop. You did your thing that you normally do. Cool. But when somebody tells you to send a song, you send your song in. Just like you got mad at people for not sending their song in when you had the Chicago event. It's the same thing. So now you see how that feels. Yeah, so he got mad because Savannah got pushed to the bottom of the program, so he had to make a fool out of himself in the sanctuary. So he's escorted. I don't care what he said. He was escorted out of the sanctuary by myself. He did walk on his own free will, but he was escorted because I had to guide him out of the sanctuary. While in the back of the sanctuary, he continued his yelling. And this story don't change. If you guys heard my story on Facebook, you can tell it's the truth because my story has not changed. He was escorted outside of the sanctuary, where he was talked to. There were witnesses there. Frankie was standing there, and security was standing there. And the security guy even called me and actually was laughing the fact that a lot of people are believing this bogus story that he's telling on his lives. But he was. I think my other sister Angel was there, and I'm not sure if that's her husband. I think it is her husband, but walked up just to see what's going on because there was a lot of commotion. So we had to try to calm him down in the sanctuary, and it was very, very embarrassing because I brought him in, and it makes me look bad because I'm the one that brought him to the church. So we talk about it, squash it. Savannah dances, and then he dances at the end, which he was not happy about, which I sided with him on. I actually agreed with him that he shouldn't have at the end of the program. But at the same time, I understood what my sister was saying when she said he wasn't cooperating with sending his songs. So she stuck him at the end. So that was that. So then, according to him, he apologized for his actions, according to him, and they had some type of conversation. So my thing is, when you have a conversation with somebody and you apologize, that ends the whole thing. You don't expect to wake up the next day and see posts. So I wake up at 9:42 a.m. in the morning I can't say my friend, because me and him are not cool anymore. But after this situation, but I woke up at a friend's house, or a friend at the time, and I was met with text messages and screenshots of him making a post about the church and how the church treated him, and blasting the church, and because he didn't like where he was at on the program, and he didn't like the fact that his daughter got pushed down. But my thing is, everybody's saying something to me, but he took the whole issue to Facebook, and he's the one that acted a fool in church, not me. I didn't act a fool in church, and I didn't take nothing to Facebook. I thought the situation was squashed. I thought everything was okay until I got on Facebook. I then proceeded to call and text him, and I got no response. So I did my part as a brother, and I reached out to him, and I was met with no response. And then after that, I had to make a post and I had to tag him in it, basically correcting him and call him out. Since he called the church out publicly, I had to call him out publicly. And then now we are where we are today. Today is Tuesday. This situation was Saturday, and he's still posting statuses. He's still inboxing people. And I am the one that's told to calm down and to leave it alone, but I'm not the one doing anything. I'm the one sitting here minding my business, and this man is continuing to inbox people. He's continuing to make post after post after post. And then the crazy thing about it is, I've talked to so many people that know him, that are familiar with him, and they all say that he's messy, and they all say that he does this all the time. He has a reputation for this. So I'm saying, with this being said, if you guys know this, it's imperative that you guys, I don't know, his own wife, and by the way, his wife reached out to me last night and told me to calm down, told me to chill. I accepted her wishes and respected her wishes. And then her husband got on Facebook this morning and inboxed somebody and made another post. So if the wife can't control the husband, I don't think any of you guys can. So I'm not even going to ask you guys to tell him to chill, because obviously he's not going to listen. The truth always comes out, regardless of how we want it to come out. It always comes out, and it's going to come out. But in the meantime, I thank God for my friends. I thank God for Cameron and Alan and Rodney, and who else? Marshall and Eddie. I thank God for you guys for having my back. You guys seeing what's going on, and you guys seeing that it's not me, not telling me to chill every 5 seconds, and telling and blaming me for what has transpired, but respecting my stance on protecting my sister and protecting the church that I fellowship with, and just trying to de-escalate a situation, which was the reason for everything, was me trying to de-escalate a very hostile situation. Bobby has gotten mad at people for not being on their programs. He's got mad at people for being at the end of programs. He's been dancing too long. He should be used to being at the end of a program. And I've been miming 19 years, and I've been after preachers. I've been at the end of programs. I've been promised love offerings and haven't gotten them. It's been a lot of things I've dealt with, but I've grown to accept it. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to act a fool in the church, and I'm not going to yell at a female in church. You yelled at a female, you disrespected them in church, and you disrespected the angel of that house. And to just put this out there, Bobby has been texting me and writing me, and I want you guys to know, I work with kids. I love kids. I would never bring his children into anything unless he said something to me. Bobby was saying stuff about my mom. My mom's a PUSSY. He was saying various stuff through text messages. So if you know me, you know I responded, and I responded in a manner that was 2 times worse than what he said, because my mom had nothing to do with the situation, and he brought my mom into it first. And I have screenshots of that as well. So if you guys don't believe me, I'll gladly send it to you. But this is the case of somebody who has some mental issues that really needs help. So instead of you guys coming to my inbox telling me to chill, you guys need to be in his inbox trying to get him some help, because I'm obviously on his mind, because every 5 seconds, every time I turn around, somebody's telling me he posted something else. And it's very, very scary, and it's very, very unfortunate. But I wanted to make this video just to let you guys know that I'm in good spirits. I'm going to try to do a better job of not responding to certain things, and everything's going to continue. I'm not going to post nothing else about Bobby Hutchins. I haven't been posting anything else about him. He's been posting things about me. So obviously it's bothering him a lot, and he's affected by it. He called my mom a PUSSY, so I'm not turned up. It's just words. It is what it is. But he's turned up. But my response to what I said about anybody, his wife, anybody, was a response to what he said to me. Everybody that knows me knows I'm not no starter. I'm just not. I'm not good at starting anything. I don't believe in getting on Facebook and just starting a random confrontational situation. That's not me. That's not who I am. I wasn't raised that way. But I challenge you guys just to go back to the beginning and figure out what the true story is. Bobby has come to me about a lot of people in ministry. He has been the messiest of the messiest. And I'm seeing it now, and this is why you have to be very, very careful who you connect yourself to. You have to be very, very careful who you call your brother. And I've learned that on today. So I have no desire of rekindling a relationship with him. I have no desire of having a conversation with him. I can say now I'm squashing it. I'm washing my hands with it. But I do not care to have a conversation with him, because at this point he's done too much, and he's done his hardest to try to ruin my reputation. But let me explain something to you. I'm already stamped, and if I want to stop miming today or tomorrow, I can do so. You still have to go in people's inboxes and ask them to dance at their programs. I don't have to do that. I get a lot of invites. So that's it for this video. I just want you guys to hear my 2 cents on the situation, and you will not hear another story other than this. If you ask anybody that was there, their story will be the same. So I appreciate you guys, and just wanted to update you guys on what's going on. Peace.